Viewers, look at your screens. What kind of insensitivity is this? It's the Marie Antoinette moment of the Madhya Pradesh government. While the Madhya Pradesh Sarkar funnels toxic sewage water into homes in Indore that brings death and illness, the Chief Minister and his colleagues flaunt mineral water at a press conference. You can see that, viewers. The quality of the water that Indore's residents have been getting is exemplified by that brackish color in the water in the bucket, viewers. And on the right, pristine Bisleri water. Viewers, this was all at a press conference. A press conference ironically called to express regret for the catastrophe that has hit Indore. Look at the contrast. Mineral water for them, sewage for you. These pictures tell you something. They point to a profound arrogance, a culture of insensitivity and impunity. You also see this in Delhi, viewers. Pollution is off the charts, but the ministers are sitting cozily, the Delhi government ministers, at their homes with their expensive air purifiers, while you're breathing toxic air. It's all emblematic of a we couldn't give a damn attitude. More than a dozen are dead in Indore because the Madhya Pradesh state government allowed them to die. There's no other way of saying this. The administration slept on complaints by the residents of Bhagirathpura locality when they alerted the city's mayor that the water they were drinking had turned to poison and that he needed to do something about this. But sewage pits were allowed to sit above drinking water lines. Yes, viewers. Loose joints leaked filth into pipelines. Yes, the main pipeline. And we've been doing an investigation, viewers, over the last few days to find out how is it that drinking water has now turned into poison and has led to deaths. So we found out that the main pipeline supplying Bhagirathpura had a loose joint in it. And toilet dumped the waste into a pit located above the water supply line. And the toilet pit lacked proper septic tank, causing the sewage leak into the soil, into this pipeline. Illness spread before authorities identified contamination. This wasn't a mere plumbing issue. It wasn't as if the government wasn't aware of the hazard underground. Complaints had been made. The residents were pushing for action, but the tenders were delayed. Viewers, Babus are not going to care. It's not their children who are getting amoebic dysentery that kills. Their children are not drinking that filthy water. It's the children of the poor, and they're expendable. Because, viewers, if that wasn't the case, why would the project to revamp the pipelines have stayed on paper? And while the state procrastinated, people died. Your channel CNN News18 went into also this aspect of it. And it conducted its own investigation and found some criminally negligent lapses. In October 2025, the sewage water mixing noticed for the first time by residents. In that same month, they complained officially. They filed it on Indore Mayor's helpline. The complaint was one of 266 water quality complaints across the city over a period of 1 year. In Zone 4 alone, which includes the Bhagirathpura area, 23 formal complaints were filed. 16 cases of contamination were assigned to Assistant Engineer Yogesh Joshi to resolve. And what did Joshi do? He resolved 5 cases. 7 other cases were closed as completed. No reasons ascribed. Pipeline project remained on paper for 3 years. It was conceived, this project to upgrade the pipelines was conceived in 2022. They knew that something was wrong and something is going to give in a catastrophic manner. Tender for upgrading the pipeline was issued only in July 2025. So plans are drawn up because they're aware. In 2022, the tender is given out in July 2025. 3 years later, work on the new pipeline only starts in December 2025, by which time, viewers, it's too late. And make no mistake, Indore is not an exception to the rule. In fact, viewers, it proves the rule. From the Yamuna choking on detergents and microplastics to deadly outbreaks in Kerala. I'm going to show you the hard facts tonight, viewers. We're going to bring them up on your screen. This is a problem that is rampant across the country. Puducherry, Bengaluru, India is staring at a nationwide water crisis. This is not about one city. This is about systemic rot. India nationwide crisis. It's completely that. Waterborne diseases remain a significant public health challenge in our country. Annually, approximately 37.7 million Indians are affected by waterborne diseases. 37.7 million Indians. 1.5 million children succumb to diarrheal illnesses alone every year. In Delhi, the Yamuna pollution, it's a TERI study, Tata Energy Research Institute study, high surfactants, ammonia, microplastics have been flagged, detergent discharge unchecked, no regulatory limits. Several times water supply is shut off because there's ammonia in the water. Babies are dying silently in this country. 100 samples from 50 plus drains, STPs, clusters, Kerala brain-eating amoeba in the water. Several deaths reported, 19 deaths reported. Several people down with disease linked to contaminated water exposure. Maharashtra 225 in the Guillain-Barré syndrome cases. 12 deaths, 6 confirmed, 6 suspected. Pune PCMC, Pune rural worst hit. Advisory to drink boiled water only. Puducherry acute gastroenteritis. Acute gastroenteritis cases were reported in multiple localities. Several of them. Karnataka, same story. Contaminated rainwater when the state poisons its own citizens. What do we call it? Negligence or a crime? I'm asking you. Would these same mantris go to these places, these localities, and drink that water that they are forcing others to drink, their voters to drink? Is it because these people are from a lower demographic? Who is accountable? Are suspensions enough when lives are lost? Were complaints ignored because the complainant, as I said, was poor, had no power, had no effective authority? And why did the system wait for catastrophe before it acted? This is not politics. This is governance. Or rather, the failure of governance by negligence. And this negligence, we argue, is a crime tonight, viewers. That's my submission. It's a crime. Those are the questions. They're on your screens. And we're going to seek answers because, friends, CNN News 18 speaks for you, doesn't ignore your interest. And we're going to hold the government there to account. We're going to ask, why isn't the chief engineer and others been booked under culpable homicide not amounting to murder? This is a form of manslaughter. And let's open this up. Ajay Dhavle, spokesperson of the Madhya Pradesh BJP, the party that rules the state, is here with us. Mr. Dhavle, what would you call this tonight? Would you agree that this is criminal negligence, Mr. Dhavle?
Rahulji, firstly, our government, under the decisive leadership of Chief Minister Dr. Mohan Yadavji, view this tragic incident in Indore, Bhagirathpura, not just as a departmental failure, but as a grave emergency that demands immediate justice. Let me absolutely clear, in our government, the buck stops at the top. Today, the Chief Minister has proved this by moving beyond junior level suspension. He has ordered show cause notices to the municipal commissioner and removed additional commissioner from Indore with immediate effect. He has kicked the superintendent engineer in charge and this surgical strike against the administrative lethargy. We technically answerable to the people of Indore because we are in the government. Our government stance is one total transparency and unwavering accountability. We are not just answering to the public, we are answering to the Honorable High Court with the facts and action. Today, as submitted in our status report to the Indore bench of Madhya Pradesh High Court, the state government has already fulfilled the court's interim directions. We have ensured that 100% medical expenses of every affected citizen are being borne by the state. We have completed the court's mandate deploying 100 water tankers and we have sampling health survey covering 48,000 people.
Is it a fact, Mr. Dhavle? Is it a fact that complaints were filed officially?
Yes. Rahulji,
Was it, sir? You're admitting it was?
Yeah, the complaints is on
So
the
tell
line.
me something,
Government
sir. If supposing in your child's school, somebody would say, I don't want to make this personal, but it hurts. Someone were to say that the water is toxic and they would complain to the principal and the principal did nothing and something untoward happens. 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, 5 weeks later, and not one complaint but several complaints are filed. How would you react, sir, if something were to happen?
Yeah.
I'm
Rahulji,
asking you, how would you react?
Yeah. Being a sensible citizen, it is.
No, I'm
it is
asking you, sir, how would you react as a parent?
Actually,
I'm
as the
asking you, sir,
government.
I'm not talking hypothetically. This has happened in certain schools. So I'm asking you, if your principal refused to take cognizance of complaints that were of such serious nature, where the students were saying that the water is tasting like acid, that there is definitely a stink coming from the taps, and the principal
Rahul.
did nothing, and school children fell ill and some of them died, what would you have done as a parent? I'm asking you this as a question, sir, because an elected representative is the guardian of the public. So I'm asking you, what would have been your reaction as a parent?
Yeah. Rahulji, you can compare it with anybody's personal agony. We don't just offer condolences.
No,
we
I'm
offer
asking you, sir,
accountability.
how would you have reacted? I'm asking you, at a human level.
It's my personal agony. I will act against the system. It's my.
So you would, 1 second, you would ask for the police to file a case of criminal negligence, culpable homicide, not amounting to murder against the principal, yes or no?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Have you done this in this case?
Yeah, but Rahulji.
No, I'm asking you, no, but. I'm asking you, Mr. Dhavle. I'm asking you, no technicals, sir. No technicals. People have died. Your government may choose to only say 4 people are dead because you don't want to face up to the facts. You want to bury the scale of this catastrophe. But I'm asking you, sir, not one, several complaints. I have the facts here. You can't dispute these. And the number of complaints were 266 across Indore. 266 complaints of people saying that they are being given poison in their water. What does the BJP government do there, viewers? Squat. Nothing. It waits for the deaths to happen. Now, if a principal, why am I building this analogy? Because if a principal were to do this in a school, you would book him for culpable homicide not amounting to murder prima facie. You would then try him on the basis of that. You would go to the court. Right? Nothing like this has happened, viewers. Some suspensions, and we know what suspensions, what happens after a few years or months, they get revoked, viewers, or the person gets transferred and he carries with him this particular burden to another place where that person replicates that behavior because there's impunity. This is a government, viewers, that swears that it serves the people. This is a party that said we're a party with a difference. Now, I'm asking you a question, sir. Why haven't you filed under the right BNS code the charge culpable homicide not amounting to murder? Mr. Dhavle, it's a straight question. What are you waiting for?
Rahulji, the fact-finding committee is doing it.
Fact-finding committee.
Yeah, our commitment is simple. We will not rest until the legacy of...
Sir, you have reacted after the fact. What are you finding?
Rahulji, there is a hallmark of responsible government. Isn't that the crisis will never happen? each and every government, but
misgovernance.
Sir, you have slept on the job for not 1 year, not 2 years, but 3 years. And it's 2026, January 2nd, so technically it's 4 years. 4 साल से आप सोए हुए हैं. क्यों सर?
राहुल जी देखिए, संवेदनशील सरकार का जो काम है, संवेदनशील सरकार वो कर रही है. देखिए दुर्घटना को हमारा
नहीं, आपने your words were, sir, the buck stops in our government at the top. Who is the water affairs minister, sir? Who is the water affairs minister?
It comes under the urban development ministry.
I can't hear you, sir. You need to speak up. Yeah.
Yeah, it comes under the urban development ministry, and the urban development minister belongs from Indore.
Who is this person? What is the name of the minister?
Adani Kailash Vijayvargiya ji is the minister.
Kailash Vijayvargiya, viewers, let me remind you what Kailash Vijayvargiya's son was doing a few years ago.
Yeah, he is the urban development minister.
He was hitting a bat to individuals. This is the mentality, viewers. This is the mentality. This is a person who is sitting in a crucial portfolio serving the public. His son was so drunk on power that he used a bat to reprimand an official. This is the mentality. And nothing is going to be done about this. Let me tell you, viewers, suspension, yes, fact-finding mission. People are dead and they're going to go and fact-find. I want to open this up. I really want some. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Mr. Abhijit Iyer Mitra. Am I being too harsh or am I asking the right questions?
When somebody is dying and somebody asks Mr. Vijayvargiya about the deaths, what is his response? छोड़ो यार फोकट प्रश्न मत पूछिए. लोगों के जान फोकट प्रश्न होते हैं. Do you remember when the Gujarat bridge fell? The constructor and everybody involved were thrown in jail within 24 hours. Not only is the minister continuing out here, in spite of such sheer callousness, because it's all babus involved in this, nobody will be touched. The commission will go on and on till people have forgotten. We all know what they're going to do. This is like that case, where 200 kgs of ganja were eaten apparently by rats. Did you hear about that? I think rats will come. Madhya Pradesh has big forests, so they might have very big rats. What do you call them? Bandicoots. They will come and eat the report. And in the end, nobody will be responsible for it.
I'm going to...
Let us be very clear about it.
Yeah.
There are systemic fixes out here. The first thing is a person who minimizes... See, it is one thing people have died on your watch. Okay, you can say, okay, maybe it is time to fix things. For example, things went very wrong with the airlines a few weeks back. The minister in charge was given time to fix it. The trains went wrong a few years back. Lots of people died. The minister was given time to fix it. He fixed it. Not one of them had this callous issue of fokat ke jawab mere ko mat pucha kya karo. What do you do with public callousness like this? It is the sheer indifference that is so irritating out here. And second, what is this great love of bureaucrats? Why is there a two-tier justice system here where everybody else gets arrested even before the inquiry report, but babus ko sar pe bitha ke chada ke rakha hai? This is not a BJP government. This is something somebody said in 2014, that this was a UPSC government with outside support from the BJP. It was said about the center, but unfortunately it is true about all the BJP states also. There are very things you can do to prevent this from happening.
Let me tell you, Mr. Iyer Mitra, that the person that you're talking about, Mr. Kailash Vijayvargiya, who said that chhod yaar, fokat prashan mat pooch. This person is used to getting away. I'll tell you, viewers, his son was a BJP MLA. And I'm talking about 2019. In 2024, the son was acquitted. He was caught on camera using a bat against the Indore Municipal Corporation official. He was using his bat and beating up that corporator, official of that corporation. And viewers, 9 other accused were also acquitted in this case. A case caught on camera. So obviously, viewers, the system protects the VVIPs. He got away, Rajat Sethi, he got away. And that's the reason why Kailash Vijayvargiya can say, after 15 people are dead and others are battling for their lives, at least 30 are in the ICU still as we speak, that fokat ka sawal mat pucho. Don't ask me empty BS questions. Can you believe it, viewers? What is this? And they're sitting there with Bisleri water. Look at the optics, Rajat Sethi. Look at the optics, at least on that day. But it points, as I said, to sheer arrogance. Does it not?
Absolutely, Rahul. I think the worst thing is that it is the same set of people who elect the same leader over and over again. I mean, you need to hold people accountable. You are going to get leaders that you deserve. And my question is also to the public, that why are you not asking these questions, gherawing him, ensuring that he meets eye to eye his electorate who have voted for him?
I'll tell you why,
for
Rajat
years
Sethi,
and
because
years
they
and
will be
decades.
called anti-nationals and they will be thrown into
I mean,
jail
how
for
many?
sedition.
There is, it has to reach to a tipping point.
No, I'll tell
Let me
you, the people are
biggest challenge
cowering
for
today. No, hang on.
2026 for Prime
One
Minister
second,
Modi
Rajat
also
Sethi.
is
The
governance.
people are, don't blame the people here. The people
No,
are cowering because the moment they protest, they will be booked for being anti-nationals and thrown into jail with a sedition case slapped across their faces.
But Rahul, how else the change will come? People will
I'll
have
tell you
to
how
come
it will
out.
come.
I mean, there is no other
when
way.
the top leadership of
There
the
is-
BJP starts taking account. That's
But
when
they
it
are
will
not
stop.
taking into account. I believe there should be a total ban on all of these leaders who queue up for Davos summit. All of these people across the length and breadth of our states who cannot provide basic amenities, who queue up in Davos just to try and say that my state is the best state, please come in and invest. These are the same set of shameless politicians of our country. And this is why I'm saying the Prime Minister of this country, Prime Minister Modi, will have to ensure that year 2026 is not about winning elections. He should go into celebrations when civic issues of this country are solved by hook or by crook. He has the full authority from the people of this country to go to any hilt to ensure that the people and the politicians are fixed properly.
Mr.
If you do
Barrier,
not do that, how else? Because otherwise,
Mr. Barrier,
the dog
today
whistle
you
is
are
that all of this is
exposing.
okay.
You are
Somewhere the buck has to stop.
You are exposing your own leadership to this
I'm not
kind
exposing.
of.
I'm exposing the leaders
No,
of
I'm
this
talking
country.
about Mr. Barrier. I'm
For
saying to
10
Mr. Barrier that Mr. Barrier today, because of the misgovernance of these politicians who call themselves greater than God and above question, today the Prime Minister and others at the center are being called into question. Mr. Barrier, this is becoming a reflection on the leadership right at the top. This is what you have done.
So the outrage
No, is
is
this a
pretty much
fokat?
justified.
Is the outrage fokat? I'm asking you.
Absolutely not, Rahul.
So how is
This
a
outrage
person
is
getting away by
justified.
saying this in a party that swears by discipline and public service? The words that are used is that we are sevaks.
I think, Rahul, you are confusing the issue. The
Really?
issue is not the person. The issue is this particular incident, which is very, very unfortunate. I think more than the person, it should be how do you fix it? But if you look at the response of the government,
Well, I'll tell you, sir, how you fix it.
Can you please
You
allow
fix
me
it
to
by
complete?
moving the no,
Can
hang
you
on,
please
listen
allow
to
me to complete?
You fix it by
I think I've
moving
been
the
listening
file.
to you for the last 15
you fix
minutes.
it. You fix
Please
it,
allow me
Mr.
15
Barrier.
seconds.
Mr. Barrier, don't
Rahul,
shout
please
at
allow
me.
15
don't
seconds.
shout at
No,
me.
no, I'm not shouting.
Don't shout at
I'm not
me.
shouting.
I'm
I've
asking
been
you a
listening
simple
to you
question.
patiently.
I'm asking you a simple
Right.
question. Are you the
But you
one
please
who's
allow me to
missing the
complete.
wood for the trees? Isn't accountability about people in the system who are failing to
Absolutely,
deliver?
it is. But you need to listen to me what I am saying. Look
Go
at
on.
see, a government is judged by the action it takes.
Right.
It's a very unfortunate incident that happened. We are outraged about it. But what did the government do? It was very fast in terms of action. Obviously, people have died and everybody has a right to be aggrieved about it. But do not make it personal. It's not about one person.
Okay.
It's about that system. And you yourself said that it is a systemic failure. Last year in Himachal Pradesh, people died out of, unfortunately, these issues. In Karnataka also, people died. And we were outraged about it.
Right.
So there is something. So there is no defending on this. I'm not even doing that.
Okay.
But yes, I think one can remove the emotions out of it and focus on how we can improve things even further from this.
Okay, so viewers, let me point out what the BJP spokesperson said when there was a huge tragedy in Tamil Nadu. They made it very personal there, viewers. They didn't talk about a system. They said that Stalin must die because it is must resign because it is state-sponsored murder. It's the BJP national spokesperson, and I'm reading now 23rd June 2024. It's a news report. BJP on Saturday came down hard on DMK government and its leader, Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, for the loss of 53 lives in the Kallakurichi Hooch tragedy in Tamil Nadu and demanded immediate resignation of the State Prohibition and Excise Minister S. Muthuswamy. At that time, they weren't saying, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, that, oh, you know, let's talk about how to fix the system.
No, they went. Now, I have a very simple question for Mr. Barrier. I agree, we should learn how to fix the system. How do you expect a man who believes deaths are Foucault questions to fix the system?
I think, what he said, it was very bad optics. I do not agree with what he said. But at the same time, and also, the language, the language which he used, of course, in this situation, it's a charged atmosphere. And what he said is something which is disagreeable.
Look at what Mr. Barrier is saying. He said this is bad optics.
Please let me complete.
Bad optics.
Let me complete on this.
So we must all pretend before the camera. The man's intentions, his arrogance was speaking louder than anything else.
Why are you making it about a person, Rahul?
Because he's the minister in charge.
You don't seem to be concerned.
Is he not the minister in charge? Is he not the minister in charge?
Responsible if not the minister.
Is he the minister in charge or not?
See, there is a time for it. Right now, the whole government is about how do you fix it?
No, now is the time for it. Now is the time.
Right.
This is the time.
So when the time will come, obviously, the people have been suspended as well as dismissed.
The time will
Rahul,
come
you said it was suspended. One of the junior engineers was dismissed. It was not as if the action had
I'm
not
going to
been
bring
taken.
in Mr. Kamru Chaudhary, but I just leave it to you to judge the BJP tonight. Look at the response. The BJP applies different yardsticks when the opposition and their MPs or their chief ministers mess up. And the arrogance with which Mr. Barrier is speaking tonight, you judge, viewers. I am not going to. I think you are very arrogant. I am not going to judge.
Don't make it personal.
I am not going to judge. I'm not going to judge. When a minister comes out and says, don't ask me Foucault questions after a tragedy has happened under his watch because of his own ministry's negligence, who are we going to ask, viewers? You judge, you think about it. Is power going to someone's head? You judge. Mr. Kamru Zaman Chaudhary, yes, come in on this, sir. They say we should make it personal. The opposition and the media should not play politics. I ended by saying this is not politics. This is about criminal negligence. Viewers, that needs to be brought to account.
Of course, Rahul, a very welcome change, the debate going where it should have been going over the last few years. What you have done is created a debate wherein the government was unquestionable. Whatever actions that did, it was in the national interest. So any action misdeed that has happened so far is okay, chalta hai, because we are in the nation building work. Now you see what Rahul Gandhi said. MP is the epicenter of misgovernance. But I say Narendra Modi's government is the epicenter of corruption. Why I say this? In 2019, when with much fanfare, he launched the Jal Jeevan scheme. 3.6 lakhs crores have been spent so far by the central government with an annual budget of around 67,000 crores so that every house receives clean, pure, healthy drinking water. And this is the situation out here. So my say out here will be, why not, with the Indore incident in mind, why not conduct a nationwide audit or an investigation where the funds actually were spent? Who pocketed the funds and such substandard works
Mr. Dhawale, a response.
Not only that, Rahul, just 10 more seconds, I would say, what I should not be seen here as a critic of Narendra Modi in this such a tragic day. But you see, there are 5 elements of Hinduism which are very sacred: the earth, water, fire, air, and the space. And out of this, 3 incidents over the last 2-3 months, like the earth case of Aravalis, like the water Indore case, in the air, the Delhi air pollution. These are all being contaminated by the arrogance of the Delhi's BJP government.
Okay.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Look, today I can't fault the opposition for targeting the BJP government at the state level because they are in charge. They have to answer. There's nothing else that is to be said, viewers. The opposition must also have the ability to ask those questions. But Mr. Dhavle, your government's inadequacies are completely visible before the public. Tell me, sir, do you think, you yourself said that in our government, the buck stops at the top? If that is the case, when are we going to see the resignation of a minister who came out and said, "Phokat prashan mat pucho"?
Rahulji, we can say that the true test of responsible government isn't absence of a crisis, but the courage to take ownership to speed the response under the direct command of Honorable Chief Minister Dr. Mohan Yadav. He didn't hide behind the file. Within hours, the Chief Minister was at the bedside of the patient. He ordered absolute justice first, bureaucracy later. On administrative accountability, he fixed that accountability. We have moved the unprecedented fairness. We haven't just suspended junior officer, but the so-called notices has issued to the municipal commissioner and the immediate transfer of additional commissioner, removed senior leadership from their post and sacked those responsible oversight. But this is a clear signal that this government, if you fail the citizen, you lose your seat. Technically,
you lose your credibility. Now you're going to have a credibility crisis unless you act, and you also act visibly.
Yeah.
And you act not against small fry in the system, but against the principals who are managing the system. And viewers, we will hold the BJP to its word. It is making big commitments. Let's see in a few days where the buck stops. But viewers, I'm also going to move on a little bit on the show because there is an issue